Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is going to be addressing the big, scary bear case topic of inventory and how relevant is it and what matters and what's not. And so let's get to it. Yes, of course I'm going to talk about this. The bear case, the inventory, 1.8 billion pounds. I saw a great tweet about this. Not a great tweet, but a funny one. I laughed. 1.8 billion pounds and a 20 million pound per year deficit. That's like chopping down a redwood tree with a rusted spoon. That's what it said. I laughed. I thought that was funny. So let's get into that. Are we chopping down a redwood tree with a rusted spoon? So while I suggest everyone takes a look and breaks this down and does their own assumptions, as always for everything, we're first going to look at the pipeline inventory. As you know, the fuel cycle takes 2 years, approximately, maybe 18 months. Let's call it 2 years, approximately, which means that the 2 years of supply between the mine and the reactor is approximately 200 million pounds, and that is inventory that is being in the process of turned into fuel. So if you were saying that this inventory had to disappear in order for there to be no inventory, well, then you'd need all of the companies that are turning the uranium into fuel to also disappear because they need work to do. And this is active inventory this is what is being used by them. Next, we talked about this earlier, how much China, how much uranium they'll need. So I will ask you this, however much you think they have, seen different assumptions, vastly ranging assumptions. Do you think you're going to be buying uranium from China? I'm not even going to get into this. Then the next two elephants in the room are the US and Russia. And I thought that, they should really share this slide. No reason, just because I wanted to. The US has enough for military usage for a while. But can they start, resume sending some uranium to the market? Maybe. But when they were destocking, that was 3 million pounds a year. Grand scheme of things, it's not that much. And you have to remember they're also consuming some of what they have. Yes, they have enough for a while. This is possible. They can add this to the market. Then Russia. Russia. Have you heard the story of Rosatom? Russia is building reactors all over the world, and the model that they use, some call it build, own, operate. They build the reactor, they teach you how to use it, they supply the uranium, they take the uranium away. Part of that is key. They supply the uranium. What does that mean? It means they have uranium. And again, why would Russia, Uranium One, this is, consolidate uranium projects at $70 only to sell from their stockpiles into the market at significantly lower prices? And to anyone who wants to come up with an answer to this for whatever your strategy is, I would like to please make sure that you consider the case of Mkuju River in your argument, because many people like to ignore this or disregard it, or because, I don't know, maybe it doesn't fit their narrative. But this is a uranium mine or uranium project, I should say, which Russia has said that they're going to delay the development because the uranium price is depressed. Now, some people will make all sorts of arguments about what Russia's motives are, but you know, some people might say they want to do whatever, but why are they, if they want to do whatever you say they want to do, or whatever you might say? Again, I put no words in your mouth. Just ask to consider. If their goal is something, why are they delaying this big project because the uranium price is depressed? So really, once you account for all that uranium that the sovereign powers have, and nobody knows exactly how much, and nobody knows exactly what it would take for them to sell some, or how much they'd be willing to sell. But once you account for all that, you have, well, the available inventory. And how much is that? Well, if I knew exactly how much, I could probably make a whole lot more money when the uranium price turns, but I don't know how much exactly. I have a guess. But this available inventory, that's what's available on the spot market, what's in warehouses, inventories, held in the carry trade. Uranium Participation Corp, they have 16 million pounds. Yellowcake, another 9 million pounds. How available is this? I say that because they treat themselves as uranium ETFs, and as investment comes in, they want to hold. So, how available is it? At what price? How much available inventory is there actually? And realistically, I look and think, okay, well, what if, worst case scenario, what if the price doesn't move because some inventory is actually released into the market? What if the anti-party goes on longer? Well, there's two things I want to point out here. One is if the anti-party goes on for longer, the future problem just gets bigger at an alarming rate. Truly alarming. Let's say this takes another 5 years. Let's say, just theoretically. I'm not mentioning if I think it can or can't. I don't think it can, but let's say it does. Then look out at what the picture would look like then. And I think it's would get ridiculous far before that, but maybe not. The other thing I want to point out about all this inventory is most of it has existed for a long time, and the price has moved a whole heck of a lot while it's existed, and it hasn't moved. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've made it to this point, I applaud you. If you enjoyed, you might also enjoy the other episodes in this series, and they will be all out eventually, and probably some have been released already. As always, nothing I say is investment advice. This is all just what I'm seeing, how I'm thinking about the sector, and what I view as relevant. So with that, I will leave you there and have a great day.